It helps when you turn the mic on. What is up, everybody? Happy Tuesday night. Welcome to the 6-month celebration of Dungeon Masters of Entrath. It was on this day, 6 months ago, that I took a crack at trying to create my own Hex-themed game show and get into the habit of more regular streaming. Now there's been an episode pretty much every single Wednesday since then. So I wanted to celebrate the milestone by throwing down a special extra stream tonight. We got some juiced prizes thanks to some extra donations here. Given the hype level of the event, rather than just have people mention their names in chat, if you're ready, I am going to be doing keyword raffles throughout the night. And why is my follower? We'll see if my follower alert doesn't come up in a second. So we're doing ticket entries. You need to type exclamation point 6-month hype, like this, exclamation 6-month hype, and that'll get you entered into the keyword raffle. If I draw myself, obviously I'm going to re-roll. There we go. Boom Sean has pledged their allegiance to the Empire. Thank you for the follow. So the format of tonight's dungeon is Immortal format, commons and uncommons only. You may not use any rares or legendaries. You will see that the dungeon decks are going to be using rares and legendaries to fill in the role of AI only cards. I think this deck is shaping up to be a fairly challenging dungeon, but excuse me, I've made it that way on purpose. Because people continuously blow the crap out of my designs, and I'm continuously surprised by the creativity people have. So I wanted to kind of try to push things a little bit here, just to see how we can do things. And this is the old map still, yep. So in my mad rush to do it's amazing how many different moving pieces there are to set this stream up. So there were a couple loose ends, so I'm just going to fix the map here. And let's make sure that... So here's our new dungeon. Slightly smaller deck, or dungeon, than the last one, with, I believe that adds up to 14 total decks. You'll note that this is the first dungeon that has 2 starting points. Maybe blow this up a little bit more. You can either start in starting point 1 on the lower left of the dungeon map here, or start on the lower right here at starting point 2. Then from there you'd either move on to room 2 or 3 depending on which path you're going to. At either point there you have an option of going to a bonus room before moving on. At room 4 the path splits into 2 different paths to attack 4 different final bosses. Defeating any final boss wins you whatever the current grand prize is. The grand prize then resets and we begin the whole process over again. Matches are best of 1. If you lose at any point along the way, your dungeon runs over and the prize pool grows for the next challenger. The current prize pool to start is 10,000 gold, which rolled over from the last dungeon, and a animated alternate art Urunaz, courtesy of Neurogenus, who's very kind enough, to donate that. Correct, JJ. Immortal commons and commons only. And you have Rukiel. I've found some Little V stuff on YouTube, and I just keep adding more and more because he's awesome. Now, full disclosure for the evening, in my push to make the crazy amount of decks and with the amount of other things I've had going on and work in my social circle, this dungeon is not 100% complete yet. There is currently no deck for bonus room 3, and I do not have boss decks 3 and 4 built. I was not going to try to rush and half-ass those decks. So if anybody wants to go to room 6, you absolutely can. Room 6 is built. But then from there you have your choice of boss 1 or 2. I've never had more than one boss defeated in a single night so far, so I don't think the lack of 2 boss battles is going to hinder us in any way from our ability to run the dungeon. But I did want to let people know that Right now, the middle bonus room doesn't exist yet, and neither do boss rooms 3 and 4. Still works in progress, but we're gonna have more than enough to keep us busy for a while. Vrukil, do you know Family Jewels? I have not heard of them, but now I'm gonna have to look that up after the stream. So let me get my things back over here, and we're gonna draw for the first person here to enter the dungeon. Let's see, draw the winner. Winner is Thrawn Omega. Hey, I get to challenge my own dungeon. I have been following since the beginning of time. Hashtag rigged. All right, so now we're gonna draw the real winner. The real winner is Jadeem Jedi. All right. What's up, Chewish? How are you doing tonight? Alright, so the follower alert will be coming up. You hear the Empire from Nightbot, which I haven't fully expunged from the channel yet. But then Steam Labs should show up. There we go. There's JJ. Shame hitting the follow button after winning and not being a follow. Test. Alright, I got you. Thank you for the follows. If we hit 150, when we hit 150, Vrukil has pledged allegiance to the Empire, and I know I missed one in there. JJ, just send me a challenge when you are ready. Also, let me know which of the 2 starting points you want to do. Oh god, so many moving pieces here. Sorry, guys. Alright, it was Dysterio that I skipped over with the follow. Thank you so much. It is appreciated, sincerely. JJ wants to start with room number 1. Alright, 6, start 1. Still wish I could play Hex, but oh well. Computer problems or something different? Alright, JJ rolling up in here with Bishop Elijah. You know what? I'm going to keep this hand. There's some Fate Weave in here to draw other things. And as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to start with a Fate Weave for some adventure. And this deck is a completely random shenanigans style deck. If I'm recalling this correctly, everything... Yeah, that's right. I thought you were the one who had the broken computer. Okay, so in light of drawing Determined Bushi turn 2, definitely want to play Determined Bushi turn 2 in order to attempt to crack over for some damage. Okay, so decisions here. Swing in. JJ could double block here to take out Determined Bushi. Would have to lose the Droka Outcast. We could also do this to... Alright, I think I'm going to battle this now. I know that JJ can bring that back in a couple charges. Fate Weave for adventure. Oh, that card's not as good as I thought it was. Because, I can't swing in right now. Yep, bonus stream today. I am also doing the episode at my regularly scheduled time tomorrow. So you get double your dungeon pleasure today. Alright. If you have a trick, you have a trick. You just want the conscript hit. That is an Eager Lackey. Double Eager Lackey. Wow, okay. Might take the 2-for-1 here. Because again, JJ is one charge away from being able to bring things back. You completely failed to make any preparations. Well, shame, Timlador. Hopefully it's not too tough to catch up. It's yeah, the function tournaments have you prepared. It's been nice and convenient that I've been operating under a similar format for the last few months, so that we have a little bit of cross-pollination between the two of us, where if you've been building for one, you're good to go for both. Alright, so JJ's gonna... He's got how many? He's got 1, 2, and then I think 3, maybe 4 troops in hand. You're playing a Demon Hunter in WoW at the moment, so you're doubly prepared. Okay, so that's a fistful of troops JJ's got. I am so glad there's not a Alright, Eager Lackey's coming back. What's the name of that constant? Where every time you conscript, things get bigger. Hits a Periwinkle. That's probably not a problem in a conscript deck. Sacred Stance, thank you. It was going to bother me. Alright, so let's swing for 2. Deal some combat damage. We'll throw down the Mesa Wildspeaker, which is going to trigger another Hailhawk. We're going to throw down the Warp Steel Shardsworn. And we have our end game in hand, which is Polymorphic Army. So we want to throw down a lot of crap and then transform all of them into big stuff. And then Caliban can further transform something into a random troop with cost +2. And that is how we win. So Intrepid Conjurer was made. See, because a rare card breaks the rules, but you can see it's legal because it's got a line running from it to the Blessed Scout to show you the Blessed Scout made it. And that's how you know it's okay. Alright, so now we're gonna... I think turn everything into 5-drops. Ah! Livanth. Rude. Rude. Which of these is bad? Do I want to summon a Warbot that gets speed? Yeah, no, we're not. Play up the random and turn that into a 7-drop. I will just swing with those. Polymorphic army shenanigans right from the beginning. And this will go into the hand and get cost +2. Sure. And I forget what Pot of Galaki does. When a Chaos Touch deals damage to an opposing champion, bury the top card of their deck. When their card enters a crypt, put that card into your hand. Alright, so JJ's got the Decree of Banishing, which is going to take out our Livanth. Removal's a very, very good idea. Highly encouraged. Let's see, when this attacks, put up to 1 troop from your hand into your deck. If you do, you draw a random troop and that gets bigger. Fair point. And in light of the weakness of those bodies, it's probably worth Python. When an opposing champion is dealt damage, gain A health. We're at 26 to 13. It's probably worth being aggro here. Leave the Candlekin back, because it's not going to do much on its own. And then, okay, so throwing down, triple blocking here. Valiant Escort, you can sacrifice it to put another troop you control into your hand. So would get that back anyway, likely. So I'm going to go that route and take those two out. Throw down Witch of the Wishing Well and Pile of Nuts. And I'm not worried about blockers. Ooh, the Entrath's Inquisitors, because they gained 2 cost from the last time they died, now got copied off of Periwinkle. That's going to be trouble. Because every time they die, they're going to get more expensive, but there's also going to be more and more of them. I think I'm going to swing with these two. Oh, I forgot about the Pile of Nuts. I'm just going to play out the Droka. I don't think I'm using Witch of the Wishing Well's ability right now. JJ rocking a fistful of troops. And I don't think I've mentioned this yet, but I do have 3 Evo codes to give away tonight, courtesy of Hex Entertainment. Thank you very much, Dino Tropia, for sending those my way. So those are going to be given out 1 per hour. So it's 7:18 p.m. for me now. So we're going to have a giveaway for one of those at about 8 p.m., one at 9 p.m., and then another at the conclusion of the stream. Alright, Fate Weaving for some adventure, creating a pile of nuts. Might double block the pile or the squirrel with, yep, 2 things there. So the Entrath will go back, become an 8-drop. We took a Diamond Ice. Yep, straight up Evo codes. The real deals. Straight from our crack dealers at Hex Entertainment. So JJ needs to find another Decree of Banishing or something to get rid of our Poet of Galaki. Well, he's trying to conscript all the things, find a way out here. Prairie Scout. Target attacking troop gets +1/+1 this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got a blocker for every troop that's not Poet. 28 health, I'm going to let 3 land. And Storm Drummer is going to come back here. And I remember one lesser utilized rule of Dungeon Masters of Entrath is that you are allowed to build you're allowed to use different decks for every room in the dungeon if you so choose. What are 10 drop? What's a 9 drop? I think I take the 2 here. And we'll, no, I don't want you to battle something. I'm not going to be super bad manners just yet, but that is another polymorphic army we've got. Bad manners, Dungeon Master making everything. Oh, we could have, for the dream, we could have made everything 9 drops. Good old RN Jesus. Alright, so JJ, well played. You know, possibly. That almost certainly would have upgraded at things, actually, in retrospect, to do things that way. After the unblockable bit has gone through, since it's a quick action. That would have been an interesting tactic there. Yeah, shush! Don't make the Dungeon Master smarter. Don't educate. Educate. Alright, so JJ was our first victim of the new dungeon. So now, besides the 10k gold and the AAA Urunaz that are the current grand prize, yeah, you didn't find any of your sacred stances either to make things blow up, because that was a lot of conscription. Alright, so we are going to add 4 copies of Dream Stag to our prize pool. Donation courtesy of Rory. Much appreciated. You can always see the current prize pool by typing !prizes in chat. That will give you the link to the current prize pool. I do things as a Google document so that there's not a whole ton of visual clutter on stream as to what the current prizes are. Keeps things a little bit cleaner that way. And now let's bring up the bot. Now that we have more people here, I'm gonna cancel the keyword raffle, and we're gonna change the keyword to "Come at me, bro." And we'll, let me see here, start the raffle. Make sure that's started. Alright, so it's !come at me, bro, for your chance to be the next contestant on the dungeon. And I'm going to give this a couple minutes. We're going to do a couple draws off of this one. I'm not going to... Come eat me, bro. Yep. So I'm going to do a couple draws off of this one. Stigma Buster, yours didn't show up. Boomshawn is in. Tribunal Magistrate's in. And we'll do a couple people off of this one before I reset the keyword raffle. I just wanted to give people another shot at this here. Stigma Buster, you're in now. Since we have more viewers now than we did at the beginning. And of course, if anybody has any questions about how Dungeon Masters of Entrath works, if you are a new viewer and this is your first time tuning into our game show shenanigans, you have questions, feel free to let me know. Tim Gore says, exclamation in the middle of an Evo, bro. About a half an hour until we have our first Evo code giveaway. Yeah. Didn't have a deck. Jumps into Evo instead. It's all good. It's all good, baby. Alright, I'm setting a timer. I'm going to give it 1 more minute here, and then we're going to draw a name. We have 5 people in here. We have JJ in for a second bite at the apple. We have Rukiel, Boomshawn, Tribunal Magistrate, and Stigma Buster are the 5 currently in. Hope everybody's been having a good time. It's almost like all this is happening in the middle of the night. Oh, hey, the raffle even correctly says keyword raffle closing in 30 seconds. I don't have a whole lot of practice using the deep bot raffles, so this is a nice excuse for me to get a little bit of time in working on that as well. 10 seconds. By the time you hear this, you've probably run out of time. Alright, the raffle is closed. And our winner, Boomshawn. Boomshawn is our winner for the next entry into the dungeon. Congratulations. So Boomshawn, I need 2 things from you. I need to know your in-game name, and I need to know which of the 2 starting rooms you want to start in. Yes, you can, Chewish, because I'm going to send the Evo codes via Twitch Whispers. Just, you have to be here to win. Alright, so we just need to know Boomshawn's in-game name and where we're starting. And then we can get this show on the road for the next run. Kick some faces. That is right. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that chat how that is. S Bannies and starting 1. All right, I will send you a whisper then. Alright, so whispers off to S Bannies. I always like my opponent to be the one to send me a challenge, because that way I know that you have the deck that you want to be using, and that I'm not pressuring you into making hasty decisions, since people are allowed to use different decks along the way. Alright, and we're doing start 1 again, so same deck as before. What does Boomshawn have to stare down the onslaught of commons and uncommons? Glad lower quality is back. Goliath, it's working different tonight for the 6-month anniversary stream. It's actually ticket raffles to dictate who gets in, or not ticket raffles, keyword raffles. So you missed the last keyword raffle. I'm going to keep this. So I'm going to be drawing, after S Bannies, I'm going to be drawing 1 more winner off of the current keyword raffle, and then I'm going to reset it, so you'll have another chance to get into the mix. And tomorrow we're going to be doing the stream at the same time. Normal rules for Speak Up to get in the queue will probably apply tomorrow, unless I have a similarly high number of interest as I do tonight. We are on raffle level now. When I have 5 to 6 people show up right at the start of the stream and want in, then I have to kind of have some way to sort that out. All right, so I think I am seeking adventure first. But yeah, it is nice to be on raffle level. As much as I enjoyed the fact that for most episodes to date, everybody who's showed up at some point during the chat has almost always gotten at least 1 run. I'm hoping to be on a persistent raffle level where we have that continued level of interest. Alright, I think this time I want to Fate Weave for a Fortune to make sure that I'm good to 4. And then throw down an Eager Lackey here. Which it seems to hit Web Speaker Cenobite way more often than one would expect. This is likely just to be only going to be a 2/3. Conscripting Underworld troops would create that many +1, and this would get bigger. But this is not a conscript deck, so that ability is unlikely to see much use. Also worth noting, we have 1 copy of the endgame in hand already. JJ's got something else built for the next run. Excellent. Alright, so gonna land a pause site to bank some get some draws in the bank here. Need to draw as many things as possible to fuel the random shenanigans. Boom Sean throwing down Vesper and Righteous Paladin. What's up, Floristar? Too lazy to get out of bed. I know that feeling. That was me this morning. The struggle was real. Okay, so I'm gonna play that for a card draw. Now, does Fate Weave ruin our draws off of the Lionpaws site? I think I just throw down Web Speaker Cenobite for now. Hold here. Now, Coyote Shaman, when you deploy it, the next troop in your deck gets deployed. Put target action with cost equal to or less than this troop's cost from your hand into your crypt. So that could give us an avenue to bring back Lionpaws site. Twilight Eclipse is going to be nasty. This looks very much like the deck that Calamero used to wreck the final dungeon last week. Alright, so Prestidigitator. Yeah, Fate Weave does screw Prophecy, that's kind of what I thought. But we've got 2 out of our 3 draws now. Got 4 troops down. So at this point, basically just trying to play go wide and don't die. And then make things gigantic, because Goot in those shards doesn't have something that's going to be a straight up counter to any of this. Crypt Harvester has life drain and can't be blocked except by Artifact and Blood Troops, which we don't have right now. No swings in from Goot. Yeah, unless you luck into putting one of the Prophecy's cards on top. Yep. So I think Frost form this. For some adventure. Throw down Howling Brave. And next turn, gonna Polymorphic Army everything. And then try to swing for the hills. Polymorphic Army will turn everything on our board into a 6-drop. And then we gotta hit real hard, because the Twilight Eclipse is gonna be pain. That can't be stopped. so this... Actually, I think I'm gonna... That would be nice. Alright, I think I'm gonna Chaos Tongue here. Howling Brave for the Shard back. And now Polymorphic Army for everything. Look at how nuts that was. Tianost, Lightning Sky Hunter. Look at all this flying crap. What's not good? Okay, Ebonhorn. Here, you could be better. Let's turn you into an 8-drop. Alright, that wasn't a big improvement. You it costs 2 to give you flight. Nope, I can't give you flying right now. It's a shame that the one that got turned into Tianost was the one that oh yeah, doing diligence beforehand and then turning everything into turning those into bigger troops also would be sweet. Alright, so our opponent losing some health there on some cards. This still might be too little too late in light of the fact that I can't stop that 3 damage and Twilight Eclipse. What is Tianost deals damage opposing void target opposing card and each opposing card with the same name in all zones. Oh hey fam, we got an answer for Twilight Eclipse. This gets flight. I'm only gonna swing with those. I think it's correct to leave some blockers back. Alright, do you have a kill of some form in hand to deal with time? Tianost is gone! No! There was the hope. There was the hope to get rid of the Twilight Eclipses. So I think the Eclipses just kill us out right now. Yep. Alright, so the first room has fallen. And now the next room is room 2, so that's locked in. There's no choice on where to go here. So Boom Sean, you can send me a challenge when you're ready because you don't have a choice at this point. You're going to be doing room 2, and then if you beat room 2, you'll have a choice between tackling bonus room number 1 or moving on to room number 4. One win down. Probably don't need another Whisper, but just in case, I'm sending another one. Challenge me when you are ready. And we will get shenanigans on. Alright, dungeons. 6 for 6 month and room 2. Correct, this is the first day of the new dungeon. As a matter of fact, much like Jurassic Park, our park is so new not all the rides are built yet. Oh, one-hand keep is... Oh, this hand is so good if it had 2 shards. I'm gonna mulligan and make do with this. So right now there's 2 final boss decks built. The 3rd and the 4th are not done yet. And the boss room, or the bonus room in the middle of the dungeon, isn't done yet either. Just because I ran out of time with all the things to physically set up this stream. And some other things that have been going on with work and just socially that I couldn't get all those complete. But considering that we've never had more than 1 boss defeated in a single night, I figured that it would be okay to take some time. Just hope this dungeon isn't as deadly as a park full of dinosaurs. And you know what? It could be worse. It could actually be worse. Alright, so I'm going to invite a trade, which is not going to get taken. Game crashes. No, if anybody takes the path that leads to the bosses that aren't finished, then if you beat that room that leads up to those, you can just pick between boss 1 or boss 2 instead. And I'm going to try to get those finished for tomorrow, but if not, then they'll definitely be ready for next week. Pyretic Performer was the hit, which I think I'm going to hold until I can play it empowered. Yeah, swing with the Spirit-Bound Spy here. Throw down Cloud Speaker. Ada requires 6 charges to summon 2 phantoms. Also in hand we have Dance Macabre. Transform all troops in your crypt into phantoms and put them into play. So you can maybe guess we like some phantoms. Glitching your way to Ganon. Clipping through walls. Lorgoyle Curator is a 2/4 with flight. Transform target card in an opposing crypt into a Tome of Lore, and then put it into your deck. So we'll get out our Flying Troop, which gives us a way to try to get some value out of anything that goes into the opposing crypt. I'm going to swing with the Spirit-Bound Spy, because I would rather have it as a phantom. But instead we're going to do 1 point. It looks like we're doing 1 point of damage to cancel out the Daybreak. So no harm done there. No gain, no loss. Okay, and let me see. It's that case. So now there's a Nightfall. How much do Great Machine Graveyard packs go? Can you sell PvE packs? You can sell PvE packs, but I think those packs are buried in like the same spot chests are. It's confusing as to where they actually live and where you can find them, which may have a negative impact on their sellability right now. Just because I don't know how many new players know where to know that that's a thing you can look for. Yeah, they are listed as chests. Okay, so now the ability here costs 1. This costs 2. I know this is a bit of putting all the eggs in one basket. But against Goot, we need to try to be faster. Didn't realize that they seem to go for 3 to 4 plat if they sell. Yeah, I would imagine a lot of the dungeon stuff is not a particularly high volume item on the auction house. Alright, sitting on a Bring to Justice, which could take out the Squirming Terror if needed. The color scheme on these two cards actually kind of looks alike, at least from a distance. You can buy them from auction house for much less than the store. That is often the way of PvE things, because players want to liquidate their stock or try to get some value off of it. It's still nice that it's there in the store as an option for players. Still not finding anything resembling a fourth shard. Gonna swing in for the flying advantage. Repel, of course, should have known with 2 resources open. So there goes the Lorgoyle. We're going to bring to justice that Righteous Paladin before that can get bigger. Pass the turn over. Need to try to find some resources to build towards Ada's charge power. There is our first Twilight Eclipse. And another Nightfall. So the pain train is real now, and the fact that no troops have been forthcoming is going to hurt a lot. I'm going to sacrifice the Cloud Speaker to protect 6 points of health here. And I'm also going to draw for the person who's going to go next after Esbani's run here. Alright, so it's did they steal? Oh, nice. They stole the Lorgoyle Curator. Nice for them, not so much for us. Alright, so after Esbani's run, our next challenger in the dungeon is going to be Stigma Buster. I can't block that anyway. What is the run this time? It's a new dungeon this night. Tonight, Peace Tinker. Same rules as the last one. And we're running another little over 2 more hours until 10 p.m. Central Time. So I wanted to draw that. So Stigma's next. I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget. I wanted to do that so that I could reset the keyword raffle here. And we're going to do a new keyword raffle. The keyword is going to be Thanks Dino. And I'm just put 11 minutes on the clock here, and we'll start this baby up. Okay, it's the... Make sure that's running. Okay. Keyword is Thanks Dino. That is a dungeon entry is a lie. You are not entering for a dungeon entry. You are entering for a free Evo code. Sorry, I'm a novice at running these raffles. So just remember that winning this doesn't get you in the dungeon, it gets you an Evo code. Lorgoyle takes away... starting to take away... I don't like my own toys being used against me! So I have to, I suppose it doesn't even matter, but I have to void my own toy because Twilight Eclipse kills us the next turn. Entries are a lie. Time to riot. Ah! You said I could get in the dungeon and I got an Evo code instead. Ah! Actually, I'm not sure anybody would complain. So we are just dead. This is why the Dungeon Master has decided to make future decks harder. Alright. So that is 2 decks down in our current run. Alright, I'm pulling up the map again because now there is a choice. Yay! Spegmasm! What up, Thrawn? First live viewing, many YouTube viewings. Well, glad to have you here, bro. Spegmasm is a real-life BFF of mine. We go back a long ways. Glad to have you here in the channel for the 6-month celebration. We are giving lots of stuff away. Exclamation point. Thanks, Dino. We'll get you into the raffle for a free Evo code courtesy of Hex Entertainment. Alright, Espanis needs a second to change a few things. Let's see here. I gotta know if they want bonus room next or room 4. Chewish. So is that Mono Diamond Phantoms? It was Mono Diamond Phantoms. We did not draw a Grievous Phantom to try to make a bunch of things into 5/5 Phantoms, unfortunately. Yeah, exclamation point rules will, as Goliath has shown you, bring up the prize list. The current dungeon rules are Immortal format and commons, uncommon cards only. Oops, and I forgot to reply to the whisper here. Alright. Bannies is going to be going for the bonus room. So I'm going to take down the map for now, but we're going for a bonus room. Now, if the bonus falls, that is going to be an Evo pack out of my own pocket. Not one provided by Hex. One personally gift wrapped from your Dungeon Master and delivered to your in-game inbox. Guaranteed, whether you manage to beat the final boss of the dungeon or not. Bonus rooms are special one-off side loot. Only the first person to defeat a bonus deck is going to get the loot, and then we close off that room to all future challengers. So a lot of people when the dungeon is new will greet it. All right, so 6 bonus. No, that's a boss. That's a boss. You can't see that yet. You got to get there. Reading is good. 6 bonus 1. Alright. Well, go away, Boom Sean. Hide. Hide. You cannot see my hand. Alright. Now, this deck is... Most of the decks in the dungeon are new. This one is a familiar nemesis to folks. This is the Avatar of Ruby, which initially debuted on the Shard Avatars dungeon, and also came back as a thorny roadblock in the Labyrinth of Evil, which is our last dungeon. This one gave people quite a bit of trouble. And so now it has been relegated from main course, you have to beat it to advance, to it is a one-off bonus room. Goot is actually in probably a pretty decent position to take this deck out unless it can rip off a lot of damage. Yeah, it won't leave us alone. Oh god, we still get war flashbacks from that deck. I've made a deck for this. Freaking aggro, yep. Well, it is a one-off pony now. And let me see here. Of the decks, let me see here. We've got misplayed. I didn't play the Yeti. See, we're gonna lose because we didn't play Baby Yeti pre-combat like a professional. So let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 7 of the 10 decks so far in this dungeon are new, and the unbuilt dungeon room, or the unbuilt bonus room, and both bosses are going to be new, as are both current bosses. I can't begin to remember how many people ate Battleboard at that deck's hands. It's mean! Be cool to see a Blast from the Past dungeon at some point. I might do something like that where it's you know, maybe including new cards or just straight up chapter locked. So this is pretty nasty now because we got the Matriarch of Flame, one of the 2 Matriarchs in the Flames. So that's 7 damage. That's dead next turn unless you have stopping action. Every encounter is a boss. Any special rules tonight? No, it's the traditional commons and uncommons only rules. All sets are legal. Let me know if you have any questions. But yeah, just no rares. Everything else is fine. I think I want an alpha. And we just win with that plus that. Yep, challenge room is super nasty. You gotta kind of build around. I like the idea of chapter lock dungeons. Maybe have decks themed around a card from the front of the pack. That could be cool. Alright, GG's. Boom at Sean. Well played. That dungeon, that bonus room is a nasty shock to the unready. This dungeon is called, Thrawn still needs to come up with a name for it. Right now I'm just calling it the 6-month anniversary dungeon, but I expect it's probably going to run for a while. So we've got how much time left on the raffle? There's just 1 minute left on the raffle. So I'm going to let the clock tick down here. Exclamation, thanks Dino, will get you in for an Evo code for courtesy of Hex Entertainment. I'm going to take a very quick break here to use the bathroom, refill my water, and then Stigma Buster was the last winner of Dungeon Entry. There you go. And then as soon as I'm back here, we'll draw a winner for the first Evo code of the night, and we'll begin Stigma Buster's run. So I'll be right back in like 2 minutes. Okay, I'm back. Thanks for waiting, everybody. And the winner of an Evo code courtesy of Hex Entertainment is Stigma Buster. Oh man, exclamation rigged. Alright. Stigma Buster, I'm assuming you're still here since you were the next person to challenge the dungeon anyway. But you want to do me the courtesy of confirming that in chat? Por favor? Alright, now how do I send user a whisper? Okay, so when I click send user a whisper, what happens? Nope, that just isolated your chat. Alright, I'm such a noob. Why do I not Okay, so how does one easily send a whisper? Can I do like /whisper? Here, I'm gonna do this as a test. Unrecognized command /whisper. Use /w and then username. Okay, that works. Thank you. I just didn't want to post an Evo code like right smack in chat for all the world to see and steal. Alright, so /w. Alright, so our first Evo code of the night is away. And now, Stigma Buster, aka Raptos, shoot me a challenge in game when you're ready. I don't know that you need it, but I'm gonna send you a whisper anyway. If you did, I'd give you another one. Well, you're so kind, Nero, and I much appreciate it. Did they not tell you it's traditional to put it in stream by accident? They did not. Dino actually neglected to bring up that bit of information when we talked. Oh, and Stigma, I need to know which starting room you want. If you want room 1 or room 2 as your point of entry into the dungeon. Do you want to boldly go where no one has gone before? Or try to challenge the familiar decks and see if you can dig in deeper. Everyone does it once. Or accidentally post the There, I'm gonna decline. Which starting room 1 or 2? Hey, just wanted to know what will the winner get if they beat bonus from 1. They get an Evo out of my own pocket. So 2 Frostheart booster packs and 100 plat. And actually, that's going to be... Okay, sorry, 1. Alright. So I'm going to send the challenge again here. Immortal, 6. Starting room 1. So both of the 2 completed bonus rooms are going to be Evo packs out of my own pocket. Bonus room 3, when it's ready, is going to be a draft pack out of my own pocket. Alright, Raptos coming in with Cassia Golden Light. And before I forget, sure this looks playable, I'll keep it. I'm going to reset the keyword raffle, and this is going to be for actual dungeon entry. keyword's going to be just simply 6 months, and I'm going to let it run for 10 minutes here. So exclamation 6 months for your chance to have a roll against the dungeon. Alright, so we already have 4 resources in hand, so I'm going to seek some adventure. Raptos is Cassia Golden Light. Nero exclamation 4 more years. 10 more years. 20 more years. All the years. I'll spare you a really bad Rick impression from Rick and Morty, but it'd be like, 10 more years. 20 more years, Morty. We're gonna go 50 seasons, Morty. So it's kind of... I think I'm just going to be resource efficient, throw down Skittering Cultivator here. Your power only grants 4 more years. There's limits to the power of Nero. No one person can have all that power. Alright, so that is a candle, and now it's going to begin. So I'm actually kind of scared of the Pyrosoul Summoner that can constantly make Blaze Elementals. There's also enough damage on board here to block Skittering Cultivator and laugh about it. So I think resource efficiency here, I'm just going to play down the Night Sky Prophet regular. This is one of my favorite uncommons from Primal Dawn. Next troop in your deck gets +2/+1. I love playing the Empower and Prophecy shenanigans from that set. Alright, we got 5 people in so far for their shot at the next dungeon run. We've got Varukil, Boomshawn, Grench Victe, Goliath, and Tribunal Magistrate so far. Raptos throws down Arcane Alacrity. When you play an action, gain a charge. And that is going to help accelerate towards more illuminations. Alright, I am extremely afraid of a combat trick here. To the point that I'm actually going to let one of those through. Yep, walked into a totem trap. Voices has pledged allegiance to the Empire. Thank you much for the follow. Witherstench, what are the rules for the dungeon? Commons and uncommons only. You may not use rares or legendaries. The format is immortal, so all sets are legal. And I think I just vomit my hand on the board here. Seems like the thing to do. Okay, this might be a mistake too, but I'm going to swing in with this. The only way to kill it for good, barring a trick, would be a combat trick. This could be a... Nope. I'm fine taking out a candle there. Did not think that the Pyrosoul Summoner was going to be used as a blocker, because it has a lot of value as a consistent troop generator. Alright. Plus there's an ethereal color to immediately bring back a candle. Oh, why do I still have these huge things on my screen? Resolve. Please go away, big cards. Alright, so that's a big wall of your stuff's not getting through. Going to Fate Weave for some adventure here. Transform this into a Merry Squirrel. Correct. Commons and uncommons, no rares or legendaries. The Dungeon Master cheats. You will see rares and legendaries in my decks to fill the role of AI-only cards and help bring an enhanced level of challenge to it. Remember that you do not have to use the same deck for every single encounter in the dungeon. You could use a different deck for every single encounter of the dungeon if you want, as long as every deck you use obeys the rules. So some people will create different decks to specifically hate on one particularly challenging encounter to try to counter what that deck is doing, and that is completely fine. It allows me allowing people to use different decks allows me to then focus on making decks harder versus being overly concerned about them having to be all beatable by the same particular deck. Alright, so we're going to play YOLO, we're going to be YOLO Baggins here, and swing with everything. And then Polymorphic Army, as soon as blockers are assigned. And nobody knows how this is going to work! We're crazy! You like it? We're going to polymorphic everything, and we don't even know if this is going to be good or not. Alright. Kismet! What you got for us, fam? We have an Eldruthan's Glory, which doesn't do the void. We have Hulking Smasher. When this is dealt damage, it gets rage for each one dealt to it, which was blocked by the better troop. So that's going to get rage 3. Yeah, I'm satisfied with how that worked. Seems okay. Seems fine. Fair and balanced. This has Skyguard and Steadfast and Flight for future reference. So we're taking 2. Okay, we're only taking 1 on the crackback. That was completely worth it. You used it correctly. I'm proud of you. That is the complete end game of this deck. It's that or forget about it. So we're going to transform that into a Merry Squirrel. Now, could one of these be better? When a champion is dealt damage, gain 1 health. Yeah, you know what? You could be better. What do you got in 7? Nog Nog of the Pack. JJ says his wife is a troll. Uh-oh, what's going on? How are you getting the wife troll? Yeah, actually, I think I just bashed with the Force. And that has Crush. So the weakest thing here is Eldruthan's. She always says, "Hi, Internet." She grabs your computer and then types into chat. Nog Nog of the Pack. RNG Jesus takes the wheel! See, nobody ever that I have seen ever plays Polymorphic Army. At least on the ladder, and that card is super fun, so I wanted to make a deck that had an excuse to make it look good, because everything else in the deck besides Polymorphic Army and Shards is singleton in that deck. And that was some hot BS. Contempt. Well, hey, everybody's wanted to roll against that one deck so far. You know what you're getting at this point. Keyword raffle is closing in 10 seconds. So you live just long enough. And actually, I need to check the prize list here because I think, yep, I am behind. I need to update the prize pool twice. So we're going to add 2,000 gold. And then we're going to add a Holiday's Whim to the prize pool here. So the current prize pool is 12,000 gold, an animated alternate art courtesy of Neurogenus, 4 Dream Stags courtesy of Rory, and a Holiday's Whim courtesy of myself. Alright, and so we're going to draw the winner for the next challenger here. Oops. Are you sure you want to start a new raffle? No, no. Wrong button. Draw winner. Boom Sean. Boom Sean. RNGesus favors you with a second run. Well, you told me how to pronounce it. Believe me, if you had not told me how to pronounce it, I would not pronounce it correctly. And I'm also going to draw for the on-deck circle here. After Boom Sean, we have, wow, RNGesus today. JJ. Boom Sean, then, okay, Boom Sean says, nah, redraw. Alright, so JJ was next. JJ, do you want in? JJ would be front of the line, and then I will draw for after JJ. Holiday's Whim. Ha, because of the 6-month holiday and because of randomness. Alright, so JJ wants starting room number 2. Peace Tinker. Peace Tinker is going to be on deck after JJ. I almost spit water at that, Nero. Just convert any prize JJ wins into Stardust. Well, you donated the animated alternate art, so I'm going to need you to be the arbitrator of the Stardust to card ratio on that one. Stigma Buster opens a giant folder full of deck ideas. Yeah, you're going to have to get ready to wreck some RNGesus. Ready to go. Okay, so I will send JJ a challenge. He wants... I have no idea how much it's worth. I actually don't either because I only have my one as a Kickstarter backer and I have no interest in selling it. So I've never actually bothered to go to the auction house to try to see what they're selling for. Alright, so Dungeon 6, starting room number 2. Alright, I need to write down JJ, then Peace Tinker. Ooh, we have JJ with Artifacts. We have Daughter of Stars. Good old gimmick decks. Didn't really want to see a shard though. And 40 minutes from now, we're going to be drawing for the second Evo code of the night. I am going to say on the Evo codes from Hexant, no repeat winners. Just because I'm going to feel kind of scummy if one of my mods happens to win multiple Evo codes. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and daring freeboot the dude. For now, we're just going to keep trying to stall and build a board. Crackling Tide puts another troop into its controller's hand and we gain a charge. We didn't start the fire is so relevant, it's still getting parodies in 2017. Yep. Great song. both the original and the parody. JJ rolling old school construction plans. Wants to exhaust troops to feed into the plans. How many times? Then if there are 5 or more on this one, he gets a Warhulk, which costs 5. Alright, I want to look at the top 3 cards. You know what? Nah, I'm going to let you keep that. Okay, not even bothering to block. Or do I want to... This only hits a troop, right? You may put target troop into its controller's hand. You know what? Actually, I changed mine. I think I do want to just kind of keep stalling him out as best I am able here. To build towards Daughter of Stars, you need 4 Sapphire Threshold and 10 charges. Put each opposing troop into their controller's hand. Yeah, it's been a while. This deck got taken out. This was on the path to the first boss that had been taken out in the last dungeon. Witherstench has pledged allegiance to the Empire. Thank you, thank you. Hope you are enjoying the stream. Buccaneer is +1 cost. So it's a constant bounce and go. Now, alright. Coyote Shaman itself won't bring anything back, but we can put a prophecy down onto the next thing in the deck to try to get one of the Crackling Tides back. Peace Tinker, what you won is entry into the dungeon after Jadim Jedi is done. I drew multiple winners at the same time just so that somebody would have some advance notice that they're going to be the next up. And when it becomes your turn to challenge the dungeon, I'm going to draw one more winner so that we have another person on deck, and then I'm going to reset the queue. Probably for the next Evo Code giveaway. So, JJ has lots of artifacts on the board here. Lots of artifacts. Could finish off the Construction Plans Warhulk in the not-so-distant future. Could also exhaust things here into the Construction Plans Hornet Bot to create another Hornet Bot. Okay. So this Cyclone Shaman will now put target action cost less than or equal to 4 from your crypt into your hand. So we want to kind of wait on that a little bit. I'm going to bounce. I'm going to bounce the Electroid here. And that's going, and then swing in with all 4 of these. All 4 of these, he says, with 3 troops on hand. Alright, so JJ's giving up a bot, but exhausting it to replace it with another bot. And we're going to pass the turnover. So JJ's down at 9. Daughter of Stars is sitting at 26 health. We have the thresholds. We're at 6 out of 10 charges. Construct Foreman allows him to turn another troop into Warbot. This is real. This is old school artifacts. I like this. This is straight out of sets 1 and 2. Ooh, a crank rocket. Exhaust troops to add counters to it. Then if there are 5 or more, transform that into Crank Rocket. Crank Rocket, you sacrifice it to deal 5 damage to a troop. That would be enough to take out the Cyclone Shaman. Ew, he hit critical mass to... Look at that! 3 free Terrorbots! 3 free freaking Terrorbots. That's not good. I'm going to go ahead and take that 5. Bounce that back into the hand. So that's 7 charges. Eight charges. Pull back a Crackling Tide. Those are 3 5s. Alright, so it makes no sense to swing in here, so we're going to just skip that and pass. We have another Crackling Tide to get to 9 charges. So a shard would be a decent get here. Okay, one of the Cyclone Shamans is gone. One, 2, 3. I mean, unfortunately, a lot of this could come back down pretty quickly after Daughter of Stars hits it. Only swinging in with a 3-3 and a 3-4. So I'll let one through, block another. Actually, I'll let one through, and I'm going to throw the other back in the hand and gain a charge. One charge away from being able to throw everything back in the hand. There it is! Alright. Throw it all, throw it all. Get that crap back into your hand. Oh, this sadly what was meant to be a devastating swing is only 4 damage. Hardcast Cloudbounder. So now JJ's question is, how much can you do with 5 resources? We don't have Death on board due to Crank Rocket. Alright, Blamsmith is 1. Chargebot's 2, and Chargebot's free? Yeah, free thanks to Gearsmith. Yeah, JJ's deck is very well positioned to quickly recover from what Daughter of Stars is trying to do. Because everything is cheap and synergistic. And look at that. Look at that. He's laughing all the way to the bank. You wipe my board? I say no. It's all back. It's all back the next turn for 5 resources. It's devastatingly good. Alright, there goes Cloudbounder. I think that's the end of the game now. We were able to pull off the charge power and ran out of steam. because JJ's able to just flood the board with artifacts super quickly. Terrabot -4 cost. So that by itself is 6 damage that can't be stopped in the air because only one could be blocked. No swing. And oh yeah. 8 more turns, I'm gonna bounce you again for absolutely no net effect. Putting you on notice, JJ. The instant Warhawk, instant Crank Rocket. So it could sacrifice the Crank Rocket now. Yep, does, to take out the Cyclone Shaman. And now should be able to just overrun. Then my opponent casts a free 3/5 flyer. Feels bad, man. So that was probably more. Yeah, that was way more than enough. Alright, JJ slaps down Daughter of Stars. And so next up is room 3. And then after room 3, JJ can greed and try to go for a bonus room, or carry on in the dungeon and try to make way towards a boss. Alright, so since JJ does not have a choice at this phase of the dungeon, definitely going to greed! You have to greed. I said that's, let's see, that's room 3, right? That's room 3. JJ also trying to show for everybody what else is coming in the dungeon so you know what avenues await you. And so this deck is new. Yeah, I'll keep this. Thank you. This deck is a new build, making its debut with this dungeon. I wanted to try to build something Swamp Butt flavored. I don't know how great this deck is, but we'll find out. The level of certainty I have about the brokenness of a dungeon kind of dictates where in the dungeon it gets placed. So we'll take a Sapphire Shard here and throw down Wolvear Basher. Get us all the infos, JJ! That's right. He is scouting for your benefit. Look at all those War Machinists. There's absolutely nothing appetizing about Swamp Butt flavored. That's the flavor of jelly bean you picked out as a kid and didn't want anything to do with. Right, so let's put some Swamp Gases into our deck. And then play Thunderfield Elder. The next action in your deck, it's when you play this, copy it. And not going to swing because Wolvear Basher could get taken out at the price of only one War Machinist, and I don't think that proposition's worth it. We also have a Stifling Sting in here. Deal 3 damage to target opposing champion or troop. If you damaged a champion that way, interrupt other target action with cost 3 or less. From the makers of Stinky Sweat Sock and Old Man Locker Room comes the new flavor sensation that's sweeping the nation. swamp butt flavored ice cream. It tastes twice as bad as you think it does. Yeah, I think I want to go Basher first. And now I gotta try to swing in before the artifact combo action goes nuts. Alright, he lets all of this go through to feed the construction plans. In a world where flavors aren't good, one troll is on a quest to make you gag harder than you ever have before. JJ appears stuck on 2 and is giving it the old college try here, but is not finding other shards. And now having the Buccaneer on hold pays off. Could bounce that, could bounce that. Stifling Sting is quick. It is prophesized when you play this, copy it. Shiny. So that could ping 2 things. I think I swing first. We'll let you decide how you're going to block here. You're going to take 6. I'm gonna Stifling Sting you in the face twice. Why didn't that, did that not work twice? Did the second copy not target? I don't feel like that worked like it was supposed to. 5, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I don't think that worked how it was supposed to. There is a free Tarot bot. 5, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's a lot of damage. No, it dealt 3. I think it dealt 3 damage to the face. But I didn't get an option to target a second one. That was very odd. It's the game saying, Dungeon Master, you can't combo rare cards like that. That's too cheap. Alright, so the Tarot bot is a hard counter to Flickering Gobbler. And can't do that plus that at the same time. And that's not even good. Well, now what? Probably Ember Tongue Scarn. And pass because Stifling Sting is quick. With a shard, it would be possible to play Buccaneer and Flickering Gobbler at the same time, which would allow Buccaneer to bounce a Tarot bot, and then Flickering Gobbler. Oh no, that's not going to work anymore. No! JJ manages to get there. Oh, I thought Swamp Butt had a shot. I thought Swamp Butt could do it. Swamp Butt is down. And JJ said he wanted to greed. So he is going to be going for bonus room 2 next, which is attached to room 3. Alright, so I will send the challenge because we know JJ is greeting. Greed is good. Bonus room 2. Bonus room 2, yes. Send the challenge. Minimize the dungeon map. Alright, JJ facing another returning challenge room. The Elf Valor Dream, which starts with a Heart of Embers in hand. Elf Allegiance can gain us Wild if needed. So Heart of Embers is good, but there's a lot of artifacts to try to snipe. And artifacts could maybe come down faster than Heart of Embers is able to deal with them. It's going to play a Wild here. I'm going to play Satyr's Roostbard on 2. When you play a Valor, draw a card. And we'll try to use that to fuel some card advantage here as the match goes on. And the turn 2 Warbot immediately swinging in. Alright, I'm going to take that. That negates some of Satyr's Roostbard's advantage here. Got a second Heart of Embers. I'm going to swing here to power up Fire in the Hole. Possibly a bit loose. Next turn, Heart of Embers. Turn after that, another Heart of Embers. Another thought for the next dungeon I want to write down before I forget. Have you considered using a site like Roll D20 to make a map? You can make it so that it's only revealed as players progress. I have wanted to create something like that, yes. Where I don't give you the whole map up front and the players have to figure it out. I didn't know Roll D20 had something like that. But now that I do, that's definitely something I will be checking out. Because making people figure it out as they go, I think would be pretty hot, and add kind of a discovery phase to the dungeon too. So I'm gonna actually use the Feral Root Acorn for health here, because we have a second Wild Threshold in hand. Swinging again for Fire in the Hole. Fire in the Hole is now big enough to take out one of those Warbots. Grab ourselves a Valor for later. Play a Heart of Embers. At worst, you make the map as is, unload it there, and then use the lighting overlay to reveal as you go. But I think there are a lot of tools on the back end you can use. I will definitely be checking that out. Anything that can kind of help enhance the Dungeon Mastery flavor is definitely good in my book. So this is kind of rough luck for JJ that literally the 2 Heart of Embers in the deck both decided to show up very early. Because now we're going to play Valors, we're going to draw cards, and we're going to go bang, bang on your Warbots. JJ, no! He's trying to get those plans online to take one of the hearts out, which is a good call. Going to swing in here and actually swing in here as well because there's no resources, so that heart is not going to die. And that's going to power up Fire in the Hole. Is this the bonus room towards... This is the bonus room, Varukiel. This is the bonus room. This is bonus room 2 at the on the right side there. Bonus rooms, of course, are optional. One-off encounters, guaranteed loot. All right, so Crank Rocket is going to take away one of my toys, unsurprisingly. JJ's throwing down some construction plans, trying to build a bots. Yeah. Okay. So I want to, I think, spread some valor around. Let's make the Heart of Embers bigger. Snipe you in the face. Oh, I think this is just lethal, isn't it? Play a Valor. Snipe you in the face. Play a Spring Dancer, which is going to make a Valor. And oh, what's that? Snipe you in the face. Yeah, that was... The deck does not usually RNG that hard in the Dungeon Master's favor by getting Hearts of Embers so fast. Okay, I lied. There's 4. This is the bonus room that goes all out. There's 4 Hearts of Embers in there. And now you know. So that is bonus room number 2, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to... Yeah, the bonus rooms are very, very hard. They may even be harder than some of the final bosses because they show up earlier in the dungeon for the most part, and because their loot is guaranteed. Yeah, the deck you had may not have been equipped for that. You do kind of want to hate counter challenge rooms as much as you can. So I'm going to draw one more winner for the dungeon here. And then I'm going to take a real quick bathroom break again. And we'll start the next dungeon run. Before I take a bathroom break, I'm going to reset the keyword raffle to set up for the next free Evo code of the evening. So let's draw our next challenger. Goliath. In-game name Goliathus, I know. So if you are still here, let me know. Yes, you are still here. All right. So we're going to reset the raffle. Alright, I'm going to keep this simple. The new keyword is going to be just Evo for an Evo code. I'm going to actually set that up correctly this time. Oh, shit. Yes, Peace Tinker is correct. I screwed up. Peace Tinker is absolutely correct. So I owe Goliath an apology. Goliath, you're going to get a run. I guarantee you're going to get a run, but Peace Tinker does get to go first. Because I'm a dink. The keyword is not active yet, so give me just a second. Man, I'm not sure if I'm happy that I didn't make it or sad. Yep. Alright, okay, Evo code. Alright, so this should be up, and I'm going to put a 15-minute timer on this because we now have 2 people in the queue. Alright, so now exclamation point Evo is going to get you in. Bam, bam, slap that performance anxiety in the face! Okay, so Peace Tinker and then Goliathus. You're both getting runs for sure. And then we'll take a look at what time it is to judge how much more time we have for tonight. So give me a quick second to make another bathroom run, and I'll be right back. Tim Lagore, I'm not here for fun. I'm here to mock and belittle and try to distract the Dungeon Master as much as possible. Alright, so Peace Tinker is up because I screwed up and forgot. And then Goliathus. So I sent a whisper to Peace Tinker. I really can't talk and type. Kind of hard to do. You'd think by now I would be good at that, considering that my job requires me to be on the phone a lot during the day and also do a lot of typing and entering of notes. But nope, 5 years as a claim adjuster and I still cannot talk and type at the same time. You have received a friend request from Peace Tinker. I'm gonna shut you down on stream so everyone can see your shame. Ah ha 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 ha. No, actually, I won't do that. There you go. Boom. Alright, friend request has been accepted. Oh, and I need to know which starting room. I forget because that's actually a choice now. Okay, did I miss where he said room 2? Okay, he did say 2. Alright, my bad. Yeah, why can't I send challenges? I see what he's talking about. So let's try this again. 6. Oh, okay. 6, starting room 2. Hex Entertainment, give me deck folders, please! My deck list is insanely long. Tim Lure, was there something about co-op that I missed? Good question. And what I can tell you is that that is in development. I am working on kind of a sideshow to Dungeon Masters of Entrath. I think this... I think that's too slow. Okay, I'll do that. I'm kind of building on a sideshow to Dungeon Masters of Entrath, which would be Hex Raid at night. where, similar to Dungeon Masters of Entrath, I'm designing dungeons that players have to play against, except, however, instead of one-on-one challenges with a quest for prizes, Hex Raid Night is going to be me as the Dungeon Master with a series of decks versus at least 2 players, maybe as many as 4, in a group Skype call where their chat is going to be a part of the stream. They're going to have to interact with each other and work together to take out dungeon decks, and so there's going to be a lot more kind of trash talking back and forth. It's going to be more kind of Dungeons and Dragons, or think Critical Role if you've watched that Dungeons and Dragons stream on Geek and Sundry. It's going to be a lot more that flavor. There aren't going to be really prizes. It's just going to be a lot more about random and crazy shenanigans. But it's really hard to put that together from a design standpoint of the number of different decks that I need to make for that to work, as well as, besides that, I need to get co-hosts to make that work, especially if it's going to be more than a one-off and be something regular. And the more people you get in to try to do that with you, the more it becomes exponentially a bigger scheduling headache. So that's a design I am trying to work on, and I've kind of hinted before and let that cat out of the bag that that's something I'm trying to do, but it's still in the planning phases. And I will try to make as splashy an announcement about that as possible when it's actually ready for prime time. Alright, I think I'll throw down another shard here. Belated good luck and have fun. Alright, I'm gonna throw down another Buccaneer. Make that cost even more. Swing for 2, pass the turn back. Yes, that's the Hex Raid Night plan that's coming. Veruki will still have set 1 decks. Only deleted really awful decks that didn't pan out. I have deleted some old dungeon decks that I don't think are going to see use anymore. I'm going to actually take all of this. And yeah, I think I want Mystic Naturalist now. Swing for 4, and we're just going to try to race each other a little bit here. So Mama Yeti hits for 5 with Crush, so even blocking that with a Buccaneer still means 3 damage in the face. I'd rather just take another 2 points of damage and keep the Buccaneers right now. We're sitting on 2 Time Ripples, which put a card into its controller's hand and it gets cost +1. So the way to make Peace Tinker really irritated is going to be to bounce multiple things back to hand simultaneously. Alright, so that's more painful than originally anticipated. I'm still taking it. And it's a shame that I can't play one of these right now, because I kind of need to keep the balance going. I'm going to go ahead and swing with everything, and I'm just going to go ahead and bounce that now. We're suck at deck building, so trash old decks, get newer current decks. Right, get rid of the old ones. Immortal will definitely can increase the power of older decks. Yep. Old decks are nice to keep around for inspiration, to remember older archetypes, possibly as like inspiration for new techniques. Alright, so Peace Tinker is spreading around the combat trainings, playing an Arcane Focus. Still has 2 resources. Plays Flickering Gobbler. What did 2-pack? Oh man, 2-pack is old school. Let's throw that Yeti back up in the deck. I think we're just doomed though. In the face of a Yeti swinging in again. 2, 4, 6. Mama Yeti costs 5 right now, and there's some I think this might be a miscalculation, but I'm going to swing with all the things, and then I'm going to play a Cyclone Shaman to have a flying blocker on the board. Two-pack was good, clean fun. And Gorefeast. Gorefeast made people salty. Oh, I screwed this up. Yep, I lost track of how jacked up Mama Yeti was with the attack. Alright, so that stops 2. That still is 3 over the top, and 2. Yeah, we're dead. I overextended. Dungeon Master made a mistake. Alright, so Peace Tinker is going to move on to room number 3 here, and then have the option of trying to greed against the bonus room or delve deeper into the dungeon. I don't have my own numbers memorized yet. Room 3. Room 3 is this. Send that challenge out. And about a minute and a half to type exclamation point Evo and get yourself in. We got 10 entries. Swampy Butt versus Morgan McBombass. Delicious flavor. High in salt. Yeah, I'll start with the Ruby. Blood Ruby Gore Feast, when the international qualifiers were going on, was still some of the proudest time when constructed. Speed Killipedes, ooh, that sounds fun. Good old Gore Feast. Peace Tinker playing a Thunderfield Elder, so the next action in the deck is going to have draw a card slapped on it. I would really love to see a third shard. Third shard would get Thunderfield Elder online, it would get Lana Plus Sight online. It would allow us to create our first swamp gases in the deck. Hey, asking ye shall receive. Alright, so I'm gonna Swamp Gas first, and then Lanopause Sight, and then swing in for 1. Now, Thunderfield Elder, we can stack some prophecies, then give the next action when you play this, copy it, as well as draw a card, if we don't immediately draw the next action. Alright, Peace Tinker swings for 2. Did not immediately draw the next action. Alright, so I will go ahead and play the Thunderfield Elder. Swing with a Wolverine Basher again. Alright. And you're playing Lanopause Sight, and you draw a card. So we're taking different angles on the same general strategy here, which is actions matter. Make things bigger, make things better. Only swings with the bot. What is this? Deal 3 damage to target opposing champion or troop. When you play this, draw a card. When you play this, copy it. So, I kind of have a feeling like that's going to work wrong again. I'm gonna wait on that. I'm gonna play the Buccaneer now. And bounce the Embertongue Skarn. And as soon as this game is over, I will draw for the winner of our second Evo Code of the evening. Alright, play a shard, draw a shard. If you want a 2-for-1 here, I'm fine with that. Pass the turn back over. Uh-oh, Peace Tinker throwing out 2 Gobblers. Probably has a combat training in hand now. Nope, Arcane Focus. That'll do it. And so now next turn, really want to play the Stifling Sting to try to go bang bang if it works properly. So that's going to be the million-dollar question, is if that works properly when well copied. I'm going to actually seek fortune for one more resource here. Swing with these 2 because we can't block Gobblers anyway. Pass turn over. Tomorrow we're going to be picking up right where we left off on this dungeon. I will be streaming again from 7 to 10 p.m. Central Time, which is 5 to 8 p.m. Pacific. I always throw out Pacific just because Hex Entertainment is based in California, and they often post things on their own time, so I assume people are just kind of used to that, so I use their time zone as the secondary time zone. But Wednesday is the regular stream time, so we will continue things where we left off at that point. Alright. So, we're going to try this again. Hit one of these. Eastern time is the one true time zone. Maybe it didn't copy because I swung for the face last time. Eastern time is the one true time zone, is like what elitists in New York would say. Peace Tinker, what? Yeah, I got the high value copy there. All right, we'll seek adventure now. Throw some more swamp gas in the deck. I actually maybe should have done that first. How about a Buccaneer? To throw that back in the hand. Swing with the one sad, lonely Wolver Basher. So this has a chance now. This is the route, the bounce route. Yeah, this is probably Daughter of Stars going right into Swamp Butt. This is Bounce Bounce Revolution. And Mama Yeti. Okay, so that's 7 damage. Maybe wrong to take it. Okay, so if a Buccaneer bounces Embertongue Skarn, these swing in as 3 3s. That'd be 3, that'd be 6, 7, 8, 3, 5 gets in, 6, 7, 8 with the Gobbler. That's not good enough. But it's probably the way that things have to go. They're actually... because that has haste anyway, or speed. So that's going to come out and slap face right away. I think I'm just dead. But we'll throw down some blockers here. So let's make the Mama Yeti more expensive. Throw down some Embertongue Skarn. Play was balanced to 0-3 Skarn because 6 can block 5. Well, these can balance a Yeti. Or block a Yeti. One of them would die. And again, we are drawing for an Evo code as soon as this game is done. Yeah, so the Mama Yeti costs 6 right now. Ticket raffle's done, Rory. I think you missed it. So he can only play the one Mama. We'll swing there. Gonna double block. You'll still have one more chance, Rory, at the end of the stream. Alright, so the math on this one is pretty easy. It's called YOLO swing because you're dead next turn. So we're not even going to bother with the math. This either works or it doesn't. I think it doesn't. 2, that's 3, yeah, it doesn't work. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those suck up the worst of it. We tried so hard and hit so... got so far. But in the end, it didn't even matter. Alright, that's another one down. Alright, we're drawing for our evil winner. Could have held one more turn, I think. They'll possibly lose anyway. Our evil code winner, Destero, had the 10% chance to win. Destero, if you could do me a favor, and yay, you're there. All right. Destero. All right, let's get your Evo code here, courtesy of Hex Entertainment. Good old Dinotropia doing his part to help out the stream. Paste that there, and alright, there you go. Evo code is sent in your Twitch Whispers. And alright, I'll move the bot over for a second here. Alright, so Peace Tinker, are you going deeper into the dungeon with room 4, or are you going to greed and take a crack at bonus room 2? That is the decision you need to make. Going for 4. Alright, he's bypassing the high-risk bonus room and wants to dig in deeper so that everybody else can see what's coming up. Alright, and room 4. Let's do it! Alright, we have Goliathus on deck. Goliathus may be the final run of the night. Just because it's 9:20 right now. So we'll see how long things take. I don't want to overcommit to how many runs I can do tonight, especially since we're going to be back tomorrow. Ooh, first time seeing this champion, yes. Rune Carver Darkon. This hand kinda sucks, but I'm gonna keep it. And immediately try to Fate Wave for a non-resource. Give me anything else. So Rune Carver Darkon, double Sapphire Threshold and 5 charges. And action in your hand with cost 2 or less gets Runic this turn. So we have Runic Strike, which is already Runic, but we can make Shackling Strands Runic to lock down a couple troops that way. Make sure I did. Okay. I was pretty sure I took down the dungeon map. Here's the endgame, fam. Trial of Totems. Conscript an Ardent Troop with cost 4. The created card gets +2/+2 and all socketed powers of this. Deploy, create a random action with cost equal to or less than this card's cost and put it into your play. So it can be made runic, it can create other things that we could make runic. All around, good, wholesome fun for the whole family. And also multiple turns away from being combo able, because we have 3 resources, a combat trick and no troops, and shackling strands and nothing to hit. So the smart play is probably to maybe think about hitting that now, but Dungeon Master wants to greed, especially since that's creating a 4-drop that can't be played right now anyway. Okay, really, Kismet? Alright, we're gonna Fate Weave, seek some more adventure, and sit on shackling strands. That needs to be earmarked for a baby Yeti. Or, I'm sorry, a Mama Yeti. Although combat training on Mama Yeti is kind of annoying, or Baby Yeti is kind of annoying. Alright, well, fine. I mean, if you're gonna twist my arm, except that it's quick, so we don't have to do it now. Alright, so I'm gonna play one. And I'm going to play one at the end of turn here and make the other runic. And that's a lot of things on the board. So yeah, definitely need to get going with the whole making troops thing, or I'm just going to get dead. That is a quick 5-4. Pretty good. I don't think the threshold matters. Yeah, so we're kind of in the... So that's quick. So I'm probably just going to sit here for a second and wait. Cast it on their turn. Although sadly it's going to have to trade for a Mama Yeti if one appears. Oh, and it made a Frost Blast. That's helpful. Alright, so still taking 5. On the back foot here. Crackling Bolt. Crackling Bolt. He got through! Darkon waited too long. Okay, and I hate to do this in the middle of a stream, but I actually have to pause mid-run. I've got a case of upset stomach going for me here, so I need to AFK for a minute. Alright, so hate to do this mid-run, but I gotta AFK for a minute. I will be right back, and then we'll continue Peace Tinker's run. I'm gonna put up the dungeon map. So you can see where Peace Tinker would go. Peace Tinker has the choice of rooms 5 or 6. Oops. Whoa. Really in the wrong spot. Alright, so there's the dungeon map. I will be right back as fast as I can. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I think in the 6 months of doing the show, that's the first time I've had to duck out mid-dungeon run to AFK for a minute. Alright, so I am back. Yeah, bonus 3 does not exist yet. Sorry, I'm going to try to get that built for tomorrow, but I can't make any promises just yet. The bosses 3 and 4 also don't exist yet. You can choose either room 5 or 6, but if you win, then you'd have to choose between bosses 1 and 2. I'd allow that for now, since obviously bosses 3 and 4 aren't there yet. So Peace Tinker, just let me know which room you would like to do, and shoot. Go 5 and then 2. Okay, so room 5 and then boss 2. Sounds good. Send me a challenge when you are ready. I am going to reset the raffle, and I'm gonna see here. Put a 20-minute timer on the raffle. We'll start this again. Exclamation point Evo for our third and final Evo code of the night. So we get room 5 loaded, and Goliathus will be the last run of the night, just based on the time here. Oh, the thresholds aren't good here at all. I'll replace this. This is mediocre, but more playable. So we got ourselves here a good old 5-shard Uzu deck. Bring on the Wrath of the Necrotic. Ooh, Underworld Officer is hot. Except for not having the Sapphire Shard yet, but that's why we have Uzu. Peace Tinker dropping hot. Baby Yeti. And Thunderfield Seer. Alright. So Midnight Shepherd, when we have all 5 threshold exhaust, put target troop in a crypt into play under your control. Just getting it out is the thing to get out at the moment. Still a ways off from 5 shards. Ooh. Lanupaw's Sight that drew a card. Banking those card draws. Alright. I almost kind of thought about taking that, but I think I'm not right now. Oh, this hand is troll. Because need one more shard to basically be able to do anything here. Necrotic can be good if you get the thresholds. But the prophecy is going off right now for Peace Tinker. Just bam, bam, bam. Alright. Yeah, now I kind of want to let the Shepherd die to something that deals more damage. And rip. Forgotten Monarch, as cost -1 for each threshold. When this attacks, Underworld troops get +1/+1 and lethal, and it has flight. When you have a Sapphire threshold, which we do not. So right now, it's just a 2-2. There's a Mama Yeti. Oh god, Uzi's gonna get wrecked so hard right now. Yep, the Monarch's dead. That's actually the best block for health. And wow. Okay, this deck did not perform. Did not perform at all. And Peace Tinker is absolutely fire that time. Alright, Peace Tinker, moving on to the final boss, boss number 2. Win and secure that hot AAA Urunaz, courtesy of Miro. And I think I forgot to update the fail counter here too. I'm going to update that to 4. We're going to add another 2k gold into the prize pool, because I forgot to do so. You can always blame him for stream sniping and not give him any reward. I would need proof that I would need kind of a pretty compelling argument that I'm being sniped, and that game definitely was not the case. Alright, let's challenge. Go Immortal. Boss 2. I'm nervous. He's been cruising. Alright, final boss battle. He beat me in Vault. Clearly a sniper. Alright, Thakra. Yeah, this is a hand I'm happy to keep first. The kill blades aren't fantastic in this matchup. But they will at least take out a baby Yeti for goods. Violet's Caress is in here. We got ourselves a Boltwing Phoenix. There's some good stuff to ruin Peace Tinker's day here, if we can find some shards. Okay, I'll throw down a Ruby. Swing for 1. Throw down Killblade. Pass it back. Need one more Ruby for Boltwing. Boltwing is going to be devastatingly good in this matchup. Is this my counter? Maybe. Your Mama Yetis. Yep. Alright, so we have Third Blood. Let's see here. Mama Yeti costs 4. So I'm going to go ahead and double swing here. And then throw down Nameless Citizen. Violet's Caress is going to be good for any of the flying stuff. This is one of those moments where a deck just smacks you square in the face, doesn't even say hello, just smacks your head into orbit. If this deck does what I think it can do, I might knock a boss out tomorrow. Ooh, that's tough talk. Tough talk, sir. I like it. People making broken decks. Broken good decks, show me new things. Help me make better decks in the future. And Peace Tinker's now on 3. Has enough charges to make a Bumblebot for an action. We're missing... We've not yet drawn a couple cards that are the whole point of this deck. So I'll call those out if they happen to come up. Oh, no! Our Nameless Citizen is burned. Okay, so now I think now the Killblades need to sit back and chill. Violet's Caress is quick, so no need to be hasty on that. Alright, yep, you play your combat training on that, that's fine. Because I'm just gonna give you a little caress. Nice, gentle Bumblebot. That Lanopause. My brain is a strange and wonderful place. Even a Chaos Touch would go completely mad in there, yet sometimes it barfs out something useful. I like that. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna. I need to leave the Killblades back. Killblades are the Mama Yeti defense crew. Okay, that resource drew a card. Peace Tinker 4 cards deeper in the deck at the moment. Actually 5, because Violet's Caress went back in the deck after it was played. If there's a swing here, I will trade one of the Killblades to knock out a 6/3 troop. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go for this. Doesn't get burned. Alright, that goes through. That's fine. The other one is Crackling Bolted. No! Alright, here's one of the cards that this deck is built around. The Scorponok's Life Drain, Speed Crush. When this attacks, it gets power equal to the highest attack amongst troops you control. And we can't afford it. For shame. Alright, so I just gotta pass. I also can't play the Boltwing Phoenix either. So this is awkward. That gets 2 card draws? So bad. Okay. Oh, what? Look at this nonsense! Alright. Yeah, so I think Violet's Caress has to be held back now. Oh my god, really? We're never gonna get to play the Boltwing Phoenix? Alright, seek some adventure, need weapons. I think we might have a winner on this one. Yeah. I'm gonna need to get to work on the other bosses. Oh, good god, that's 2 Yetis. Yeah, rip Thakra, holy shit. I don't think that's enough to not just be, like, totally dead. What primal did he blow to keep winning everything? We're not dead yet. Just totally dead. You can always blame for stream sniping even when not streaming. Yeah, the double draws every turn off of combat training. Oh, good lord. Alright, end your turn. Oh, enter the ring. The other escalation card in this deck. Troops you control get Gladiator 1. Well, that doesn't help. So we'll just play down the Scorpion Ox to act cool. We're totally dead, though. Totally dead. You have shuffled your deck and joined the Choir Invisible. Yeah, Peace Tinker's gonna wreck face. Yeah, that's it. First night winner! I mean, block there, it don't matter. Peace Tinker! Peace Tinker is banned from anything competitive. He keeps winning everything. Alright, so I'm going to cancel out of this. Congratulations to Peace Tinker. You are the champion, my friend. Alright, so I need to change this to the Peace Tinker prize pool. I'm going to reset the prize pool counter here back to 0. And we'll go current prize pool. Alright, so now that Nero's AAA Urunaz is out of there, what are we going to do to start off the current prize pool? How about a Frostheart Primal Pack, courtesy of Function? So we're going to have a Frostheart Primal Pack in there, a 2016 Convo Pack, and I'm going to put in 10,000 or 10k gold. Yeah, we'll start with that. So Frostheart Primal Pack, a 2016 Convocation Pack, and 10,000 gold is the new starting point for our next dungeon run here. Don't be coy with me, you have to be sleeping with a primal. Peace Tinker is banned from complaining he never wins anything. Alright, and Goliath, you are up. You will be our final run for the night. Alright, let's see here. Zubrin and I agree on many things. Oh, there it is. Check. Give the rest of us a chance. Hey, come on now. No hating. Don't be hating now. Don't be hating now. Did he tell me which? Oh, one. I missed one. That's on me. Start one. If it makes you feel better, I'm on a 1-2 streak in draft that is 7 drafts strong. Ouch. I have clawed my win ratio in Draft Gauntlet up to 50%, where it was in the sewers of like 20% for a very long time. I've been on a run of 2-1s, which is good enough for me. Hey, good news, everyone! We have our win condition in our opening hand. Alright. So turn 1 Storm Drummer. Turn 2 Determined Bushi. Probably turn 3 Cloudbounder. Okay, yeah, definitely turn 2 Bushi. Oh wait, no, that's... So is that the one that battles things? Well, that's pretty worthless then. Alright, so no swings from the Brutalizers. Ooh, Dream Smoke Mystic. Alright, we'll get that second Sapphire. Swing in here. And then I want a Flying Cloudbounder now. So try to get some decent value troops early on, and then make them grow! Does anyone have spider nests they can spare? I can't obviously tell you while I'm locked into a game. If it's common or uncommon, I very probably do have spares. If nobody hooks you up, I'll take a look at the end of my run here for you. Get back into playing in the weeklies again. Yep. Need to get some constructed practice going on. All right, so I'm gonna Fate Weave for another resource. Swing with these two. And then I think post-combat throw down Dream Smoke Mystic. Just gonna use the Bash to practice for Cup of Fate. Alright, so we lost the shard we put on top, as well as the Shackling Strands, a Chaos Tongue, and a Mesa Wildspeaker. I'm fairly certain, unfortunately, you can't. Because I think the entry prices are different. I think the Clash is 300 plat and Sealed is what? 200 plat? I think the Clash is more expensive. Okay, so that can block that. Is this only for a turn? Yes. And how many charges is that? That costs 3. Yeah, I'll take it. let's go crazy. Yeah, bash $7 plus your deck, which seems pretty reasonable to me. I'm not a huge constructed player, but I do want to try to participate in that when I can to get better. Because I think a highly competitive tournament like that is a good place to really kind of dig in and fine-tune your kind of skills in constructed. Pulled one shard out that way. I could use that. Alright, can Windborn Ascension anytime here for one more troop. Probably won't use it prior to polymorphicking. Eldritch Dream Thief, unblockable. Alright, so there's a nice combo. The Psychic Torment basically will double the amount of cards milled by the Eldritch Dream Thief. Wait, I've spent how long tonight watching all these cool decks and you're not a constructed player? These decks are real kitchen table-y fun decks to me. I'm not trying to build something with the thought of how deep can I go into a tournament, if that makes sense. Alright, so this is, I think, well, we would be swinging for 4. I think I stay the course right now and swing with these two. No, who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? Got a YOLO, right? Dungeon Master has to live the dreams. Because these decks are almost always gonna... The blocks are gonna trade favorably. Peace Tinker, I'm up for ideas. Best way... Easiest way would probably be to send me a message on the forums. Because then I can kind of take a look at things there under the convenience. PS4 Gamer 2139 has pledged their allegiance to the Empire. Thank you much. Let's turn everything into a 4-drop. Yeah, that seems good. You should make something with Pyre Maze work. That would be fun. I need to find some wacky, random, underutilized cards and find ways to make them filthy. A polymorphic army did the deed again. GG Goliathus. Alright, and so now let me very quickly here update the prize list. We're going to add in, let's see here, add in 1. We're going to add a Nog of the pack to the prize pool. Throw that in there here, and then I'm going to draw for the final Evo code of the night here for everybody who put in the Evo code while I was rolling that. Poly is a standard legal card. I just want to see what Thrawn comes up with for Pyre Maze. Alright, challenge accepted. Not for, well, probably not for this dungeon, because most of the deck is already, or the deck's already done. You have to sleep with Kismet before tomorrow. Alright, let's draw a winner for that Evo code. And the winner is going to be... rigged. Super rigged. I don't control this. Did he win one earlier? The grand prize from the dungeon is separate from the free rolls. Grand prize from the dungeon is separate from the free rolls. Yeah, Destero, I can't get higher up there. Alright, I will whisper that over. Peace Tinker has who do I subscribe to for a pitchfork? That could be my higher level emote is pitchforks. Sacred Hex has pledged allegiance to the Empire. Thank you as well. Much appreciated. Hope you've been enjoying our shenanigans. Remember, tomorrow we're going to be live again, continuing this dungeon. Let's see here. And there you go, Peace Tinker. Evo code's away. We're going to be continuing the dungeon tomorrow, starting at 7 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Pacific, running about 3 hours like tonight. Carrying on. Format is commons and uncommons only. Immortal format, all sets are legal. I will be continuing to work on building out the 3 missing decks here, the third bonus room, the 2 remaining final bosses, so I'm going to try to put some time into that as much as I can around my work schedule, since we only have 1 other boss deck sitting around ready right now. But yeah, I want to thank you all for hanging out with me. I've been having a blast doing Dungeon Masters of Entrath here. It has been an absolute party, and let's take a quick look here at who else is streaming Hex right now. See if there's anybody else I can throw a post-stream. Throw some post-stream hype too. Alright, I have not watched Locate Koro or Jones Jeef. Cannot vouch for either of them here. Yeah, so I'll throw a host over to Locate Koro just for help support smaller streamers. But I'm going to sign off for tonight. Hope to catch y'all tomorrow as we continue the dungeon. Or Tribunal Magistrate's going to fire up. Alright. Tribunal Magistrate is very R-rated. You have been warned. I try to keep myself pretty PG-13, so just know that going in. But yeah, so we'll hang out there. And yeah, so I will be live again tomorrow. Hope to catch you all then. Otherwise, good night for now.